And over the course of time, because we spent so much time together in pursuit of truth, we became best friends. I ended up being one of the groomsmen at his wedding. I was there when his first child was born. All of this time I spent with him, becoming closer to him. And in that, I knew that David would take a bullet for me. And when you can trust someone and they share the gospel with you, it makes a huge impact.
So why were you made? Why do you have the passions that you have? Why do you have the gifts that you have, the skills that you have? How do you make it click? You make it click by realizing who God has made you to be, why he gave you these talents, these desires, and then living in that purpose.
Yes.
And so by giving up Christ, you're giving up the purpose for which you've been created, and the way you can live life to the full, as Jesus says in John 10. So you're giving up the afterlife and you're giving up this life.
The second thing I would want to say is Jesus looked into the eyes of those who were willing to kill him, and he loved them anyway. I mean, think of the centurion who claims at the end of Mark, surely this is the Son of God. Take a look at those who were next to him on the cross mocking him. He was even willing to forgive one of them that very day. Jesus was not hateful of people who were caught in the system of sin. Jesus loved, and he was willing to die for us while we were yet his enemies. In the same way, if we're going to follow Jesus, we shouldn't be afraid. There is no fear. Fear doesn't make sense as a Christian response. Anxiety, Philippians chapter 4 says, do not be anxious about anything. So there is no room for fear, there's no room for anxiety, but there's room for power and love. Matthew chapter 22, verse 37 says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And that does not exclude Muslim neighbors. So know the truth and love all Muslims and be willing to even die if you really consider yourself a follower of Jesus.